Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to tackle biryani, the all-time favorite one-pot meal where rice is cooked with vegetables or meat of your choice and the whole family enjoys it. It is traditionally quite a complex recipe to follow, but I'm going to try my best to break it down, make it as simple as possible, give you some tips along the way what to do so that you can cook this meal at home whenever you wish. You do require a bit of planning because you'll probably need to soak the rice before. You may have to marinate if you wish, meat before. But I'm going to make it really simple. Let's do it together now. I'm going to do two together, the vegetable and the chicken, because the cooking process is quite similar. This is called the Kacchi Biryani, where the meat, in this case chicken, and the other one, the vegetables, are cooked along with the rice, because the cooking process is timing is quite similar and it then comes out together. Next time I will work on the second variety of biryani, which is the dum biryani, and then I want to do another one, a vegan version. So let's get the biryanis going. One of the tips about the rice, it's basically a rice dish, right? I mean, we have to be sure what kind of rice we use. And here's a shocker. I tell you, if you follow my recipe, do not use basmati rice. Yes, basmati rice, it mixes very quickly together. Unless you are a pro, don't even try going there. I would suggest, and we will do it together, using Sella basmati or parboiled basmati, where the grain can take a bit more battering and things can go a bit here and there, but the rice will remain, the grains will remain separated, they won't stick together. So please use Sella basmati or the parboiled basmati. Let's get going. So I'll be cooking two biryanis simultaneously. The vegetarian and the chicken. It is very important to understand the ratio between the amount of rice we want to use for the number of people we are cooking, and also the amount of meat or vegetable going into that rice. So that ratio is very crucial. The old traditional way was to take a fistful of rice, the raw rice, for one person. So this is obviously soaked, but a raw rice like this for one person. So if you measure this, it's about 80 or 90 grams. But if you think that's not enough, then maybe you can go up to 90 to 100 grams of raw rice per person. And I always suggest that we cook the meat on the bone, with the bone. It adds a bit of extra flavor to the biryani. So if you do that, then you take 1 kg of chicken, for example, for 500 grams of rice. So 500 grams of rice, 1 kg chicken. And that's the ratio I have here. And that should easily feed 5 to 6 to 7 people. The same ratio goes for vegetarian. But if you're cooking boneless chicken, for example, then I would go 750 grams of chicken for 500 grams of raw rice. So let's get going, and I do hope you have made and kept in your fridge my garlic and yogurt chutney, because that's what we're going to marinate the chicken in. You can marinate this chicken beforehand, say for maybe overnight as well, in our garlic and yogurt chutney. I'm putting a generous amount of it because this is becoming part of the gravy as well. The main part of the gravy is this. So it's ginger garlic, if you remember, Greek yogurt, chillies and a few other spices. The link will be below. So I'm going to marinate this, and you can do this beforehand. it'll help chicken get the spices more. So this you could do it and keep in the fridge. But what I'm going to do, because I want to make a healthier version, I'm not going to use any oil at all. There is obviously oil in the chutney and that should be enough. So there's no question of adding any ghee or butter to this biryani, because we are after a healthier version and we'll try to keep the use of oil to the minimum. This goes straight into the pan. Now we'll do the same with our vegetables, put our garlic and yogurt chutney into it. And these vegetables, obviously you don't need to marinate. So these go into this pan as well, directly. Again, I'm not adding any oil. I'm also not adding any whole spices, which you would find in most recipes, you know, whole spices going in first. But I don't want to use any whole spices because when they come in your mouth by chance, they spoil the whole taste. We will instead use our aromatic garam masala, the powdered version, which comes at the later stage. So for now, we're now cooking the vegetables here and the chicken here. Now here I am playing another trick. As you see, I didn't fry any onions, which you would traditionally see in a biryani recipe. I'm not doing that. I have instead here market bought fried onions. So these come in a packet. Obviously these are fried in oil, so there is oil already into it. I didn't want to fry a lot of onions in oil here at home, but you can always do that if you wish. But I'm going to use this commercial version available. This will make our job so much easier and quicker. And I hope, or at least, you know, we feel good we're not putting into an extra oil. But obviously there's oil here, there's oil in the chutney, which we'll live with. So I'm going to use this. So in goes the fried onion. And this is again one thing I would suggest to keep in your spice cupboard. Very handy. Also at this stage, let me tell you, because the chicken I cut myself, so with the carcass I had made a chicken stock with the chicken bones. And for the vegetarian one, what I've done is I've taken corn on the cob and boiled the corn on the cob, and I'm going to use this stock for the vegetable biryani, and obviously we'll put the corn in as well later. So this is our vegetable stock and the chicken stock, which will add extra flavor to our biryanis. So we would soon need to add a bit of moisture, and we'll use the stocks. So this I've been cooking for about 5 minutes. We may need to add a bit of moisture to this in between at this stage. I will add some here to the chicken as well, but very little, please. Just remember, very little moisture. So at this stage, the vegetables are ready. The chicken will take a bit longer. I will correct seasoning a bit. I'll add a bit of salt. Remember, there is salt already in the garlic and yogurt chutney, so not much. Salt goes in. A bit of our aromatic garam masala. We'll add some here at this stage and some at the end of the cooking process. So this one is ready now, and the rice can go in. The soaked, nicely washed and soaked rice. So this is for about 5 people, about 500 grams, maybe 6 or 7 people. And so in goes the rice. So now you'll have to add the stock into it. The easiest way is to add double the amount of moisture, almost double, because there's some moisture there already. Or the other method is the finger method, this one. which is you put stock into it. Till a bit more. Yeah, so this much of moisture goes in. And we will slow down the heat and let it cook gently. Cover it up and let it cook while we look at what's happening here. Yes, chicken is cooking nicely. Here again I will correct the seasoning, add a bit of salt and a bit of garam masala. I have this commercial version of biryani masala, again available in packets, so I might add a bit of this as well instead of all other spices. So remember, we're going to use chili. There is chili already in the chutney, and then there is chili. We're going to use the green chili. I can see it has some whole spices, so I don't know whether you want to use it or not. This is quite a surprise to me as well, that this brand has whole spices in between. I would prefer not to put in whole spices, but anyway, I put it then. I won't put in this, the other vegetarian one. A bit of moisture, the chicken stock, not much again. We'll cover with the lid and cook for another 5 minutes. So at this stage, I'm going to add the green spices to this. So here I have the Indian green chilies and the Turkish version, which is not spicy. So few of these chilies go in. That's coriander, and that's a generous amount of mint. And then let it cook further, cover it back. If you look here, yeah, chicken is cooking well. Another 2 more minutes. At this stage, again, I would add to the chicken, I'll add the chilies. The coriander and the mint. I'm holding some for garnishing. Rest can go in. While this is almost done and cooking, give it an authentic look. You need some plain looking rice as well. So what I'm going to do, I've taken some of the rice out, the soaked rice, and I'm going to put saffron into it. I'm going to put a bit of moisture and some milk, and I'm going to cook that rice in that water and milk and saffron. So the chicken is almost cooked, 3/4 or maybe a bit more, and at this stage I'm going to put in the rice. We add the chicken stock again for the rice to cook in. I mean, you can use plain water, but because I had the chicken bones, so I made the stock. So again, following the same rule, either you put in double the amount of rice as the stock, or just measure and put like I've done, and let this cook now. We covered and cook. And meanwhile, the vegetarian one, I'm going to put some corn into it. So I've squeezed juice of a lemon, and then that goes in here. Look at that. Half here and half here. And you see our rice here is cooking as well, which we'll use in the end process. And this I have left to top it up, and to this I'm going to add a bit of this fried onion. And I have done this in the air fryer, so cashew nuts and raisins. So I've just roasted them in the air fryer, so no frying. They go in as well. Putting nuts is optional, but I think it's very good. So this is what we will end it up with once it's ready. Again, I'm going to finish it off with some Kewra water. This is optional. If you have, great. If you don't, then just skip this step. A few drops of Kewra water. So I turned this off about 5 or 7 minutes ago. Now the chicken one is also ready. All the moisture has gone away. Now we want to finish it off. So we will open the lids. Wow, look at that. And wow. And this, our rice with saffron, is also ready. Milk and saffron. I had some cashew nuts and raisins left over, which I've added as well. So we now finish it off with this. This is mint, coriander, some dry fruits and fried onions. And then our saffron rice as well. And I also have some leftover white rice from last night. So I'm going to just sprinkle some of that on top as well. So here you go. This is my foolproof method of making biryani at home. Oh yes, let's not forget our aromatic garam masala on top. And that's it. All done. All ready to be served. The best part is biryani is best when it's served right away. So you just finish it off when you're ready to eat. So today we did the vegetable biryani and the chicken biryani, the Kacchi Biryani. So next time I want to do the dum biryani, which we will do with the mutton, because meat takes longer, so we have to cook it separately and then finish it off in a sealed pot. So that's what we will do next time. And I hope you continue to watch my channel, and I hope you enjoy it and cook it with me. Next time we'll do the dum biryani with mutton.